Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. Today I'll be playing Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth Blind. Oh, it's too late for me apparently, the main menu says. But anyway, I never played this game, I know surprisingly little about it, I never watched any Let's Plays or anything, so it's more or less totally blind. I am, however, familiar with the works of Lovecraft. I have not read all of his short stories, but I've read the most popular ones. My favorite is probably The Case of Charles Dexter Ward, but Shadow over Innsmouth was cool too, The Rats in the Walls, there were a lot of them that I really enjoyed, so I'm curious how well the game captures the spirit of it. I must say I liked the warning in the beginning that said that the game sometimes will control, change my graphics and whatever, and it's unlikely to be a problem with my sanity. They didn't say, it's 100% not a problem with my sanity, but it's unlikely to be. I liked it. And let me lower the... Although, not sure if it won't be too low. I will make it this way. We'll see. I may be able to. I will check after this episode and eventually adjust it if it turns out to be too loud or too quiet. Anyway, I've heard this game likened to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines in a way, which is a good sign for me because it's one of my favorite games of all times. But what I've heard about this game in particular, as well as about Bloodlines, is that it's really buggy. It's rather clunky in terms of mechanics, but it rewards you. It compensates for it with really rich atmosphere, deep immersion, and it's really like a game with character that you have to be patient with, and it isn't for people who would like everything to run 100% smoothly and with cool, up-to-date graphics. But fortunately, I am one of those people who can really forgive a game a lot if it piques my interest and if it draws me in with its atmosphere. So I'll see how this one manages. Okay, I never played the game, but I have all of the difficulty levels. Wow, that was kind of creepy, like a child or something. I have all of the difficulty levels. What's the word? Enabled, because I am using an unofficial patch that is supposed to deal with some of the bugs. I probably won't go with the highest difficulty, but I will go with hard, because I assume that's the way it goes: easy, normal, hard. I will go with hard and see what happens. I like a challenge, certainly, so I will post the link to the patch in the description in the event that you wanted to use it. I'm using the GOG version of the game, I mean. Okay, so let us use this and start.
Now, at my end, I can fully see. My last case opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, of what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
I like the way you smile at me, baby.
The loading times are a little too quick for me to read the little parts of text underneath, so I hope it's nothing major. Okay, I will leave the tips on because it's my first time playing the game, so it might, instruct me in the way how to use like inventory and stuff. I don't know. Okay, so that was. I wonder if that was us.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any Victor.
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Yeah, just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
So, it was us in the beginning. Jack Walters, the characters we were playing as, apparently. So I assume that was the end of our story. It's really like common for the protagonists of Lovecraft stories to end up either insane, dead, or like both. First insane and then dead. So like it's quite fitting, I guess, for a character to commit suicide in the end. And I guess it's because it said like 6 years earlier or something. So I guess we will learn the whole story of how it happened to come to pass, and then the story will sort of move in a circle. We'll reach the scene that was at the beginning again at the end.
The boys have cordoned off the area. Must be serious.
Okay, so there is a really interesting sort of mechanic in this game, that you can use the use key on pretty much anything, and it will prompt a comment from your character. Like, I can even...
In this shitty weather, I'll have to imagine the view.
Yeah, I clicked on this C here, and he made a comment about the weather, so it's really interesting.
A standard police vehicle.
I guess it might be like used in puzzles when you have to notice certain elements and inspect them, and then your character will sort of try to connect the dots. But I never really seen a mechanic like that in a game before, with so much inner dialogue.
How you doing,
from your
kid?
character.
Good, sir. Is it true what they say about you?
Depends on what they're saying.
That you've cracked cases where there was no evidence?
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Right.
Okay.
Jack, Officer Nichols will brief you at the top. Be careful.
What's taking
Do I have like a weapon or something?
I think I
Doesn't-
saw
does not
Sir
seem like it.
Armstrong. Just take it easy.
We're wide open here.
It's okay. I've got you covered. I don't like this. Something's not right.
Something's not right. Nothing's right about this.
Okay.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
I wonder, is there a person, like, here, in this window? I seem to...
Try to stay calm.
You better hurry, Jack.
Not quite Oh, there is a person here and a person here, it seems.
He's on his
They are
For
watching.
Christ's sake, Jack, go!
Okay,
Be careful, sir.
I will try. Oh, damn it. Not sure what's with the slow-mo suddenly. Was I hit or something? Can I... It seems I can't pick up any weapons because they're disappearing right after death. Oh, the joys of old game systems. I mean engines.
It's just a trash can. Nothing of interest.
Oh, and of course the door.
Oh, shit. I can't open it. Damn. Looks like I'm stuck. Might as well check this place out.
And of course, classic staple of horror settings, the doors closing by themselves.
It's an old stove.
Something in this room?
It's too dark to be sure, but that rotting smell tells me these shelves are used for storing food. Probably food, and the rats have been at it.
I must say, it probably wasn't the wisest idea to come in here unarmed.
That one to the right taking cover. Kill him.
Oh, I guess we're straight up into creepy stuff.
It looks like an eye, but the rest of the painting has no real shape. This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy. The fire's still burning. A powerful painting of some cosmic horror.
Yeah, I must say, I really like this way they handled it, that your character offers little comments on everything. It's not much, but it enhances the idea of this being an actual person to me, because he has his own thoughts and...
Depiction of some alien creature.
Like he said, he said this painting made him feel uneasy. Now, it isn't like that creepy to me, but although I guess I know I'm playing a game, so it's a little different of a situation, and I am not like actually in a house of crazy cultists. Can I pick up any of those books, maybe? Doesn't look like it. Actually, the graphics themselves look kind of similar to Bloodlines as well. I wonder what's the game engine used for this.
That's an unusual design.
No comments on the blackboard?
The board is covered with strange writing.
The walls themselves are covered in strange symbols as well, it seems. No comments on this banner here?
The board has been used to illustrate a diagram.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Looks like some kind of a machine. Or maybe a plan of a building? Not sure.
As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
That was a weird... Okay, first journal item. Book icon in the interface to study your journal. Vital clues. Okay, so... Inventory. Oh! Does it tell me the... I wonder if it's ever relevant, like what hour it is or something. Not available. I will get some painkillers apparently at a later date. Journal. I haven't read that. Okay, so it's about this case we've just run into. Apparently, the protagonist has been having some weird dreams. Okay. Something more. Okay, I've read this before. I wonder if there's a way to go back simply. Okay, escape. Nothing collected. Okay, let us continue. I've been here before.
That symbol's strange. Looks almost like a flaming eye. I should take a closer look. An old grandfather clock.
I wonder, they all seem to be really close from the sound of it. I hope none of them will sort of come running at me because apparently I am unarmed. Oh, so it's one of those games in which you can apparently only save at set spots. That's kind of like really old school, but also kind of annoying. Especially if a game is said to be buggy, it's really inconvenient. So I guess I will have to be on the lookout for those save stations.
These fellows have one curious art
That one
collection.
to the right.
Yeah,
taking
right.
cover. Kill
It's
him.
locked. It's locked.
Okay, it's locked.
The wood in those shelves looks rotten. It figures they'd collapse.
There's quite a firefight going on. Oh, I did he? Ah, they probably thought I am one of them. Although I seem to remember having quite a distinct, like a top hat or something.
It won't open. It won't open. It won't open.
Okay. Well, there's one of them. I'm a little scared to go inside, judging from the noises he's making. Although maybe he's just dying because he seems to be wounded.
Poisoning by the looks of it.
Oh, did they kill themselves?
He's dead. They're all dead.
Apparently my guy isn't feeling well about it, judging from the state of the screen.
I can't open it.
Can I
can't
take
open it.
the book, maybe?
Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues.
Yeah, sure. I'm kind of having some serious issues as well, from the looks of it. I wonder if I just have to... Not sure what the mechanic on that is. Do I just have to look on something else, or do I have to take something, like a medication or something, for the screen to stop, shaking? Because
It's hot and giving off a lot of smoke.
the blur is a little uncomfortable to me, to be honest.
A diary. This will make interesting reading.
Okay, in a moment I will
Nothing of interest. Nope, nothing of interest. He's dead. They're all dead.
Okay.
Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues. I can't open it.
I'm trying to check all of the room before I read the journal. Damn it, I'm a little annoyed with the screen shaking and the blur. Okay, diary of a cult member. Oh, so apparently they've been looking for me and even trying to bring me here. For some reason. So they seem to be doing some kind of summoning, because he's saying about our masters stepping through the gate, and these are supposedly being the last days, although for every kind of cult, for most kind of cults, we are living in the last days, so... Oh, so there are also some experiments below. And apparently, like, because he's coming, I wonder if they are talking about me, because they seem to be really wanting to meet the protagonist for some reason. I wonder if I'm like a religious figure to them or something. Nature. Also begins. That's an ominous sounding phrase every time you hear it. Nothing new in the diary. Okay, I'm really not sure what's the mechanic for like calming down and stuff, but I would really like to know. Okay, I will approach the wounded one first, because at least he doesn't have a weapon, so it's less likely to hurt me. Hello?
At last! Thank you.
Well, that didn't tell me much.
I better keep my distance from the window, or I'll end up like this nut job. I should keep back. He seemed to recognize me. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Empty ammo boxes and spent shells. Nothing useful. An old wardrobe. It's
Yeah,
too
sure,
heavy
but
to move.
I wonder if there's maybe something useful inside. So I guess I have to... Maybe it will be like a takedown animation or something once I approach this guy. Oh, it's a cutscene.
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Walt.
Oh, great. Great. They just killed him when he was about to explain what is going on here.
Damn, he recognized me. And it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint.
Yeah.
He's dead. Looks like a bad case of lead poisoning.
Oh, there's a key.
A key. Could come in handy.
Picked up inventory item. Highlight the item. Use it with a character, an object, or even by itself. Okay.
I should keep back.
You probably can't do anything with the key. An S engraved. I will just check all the doors around. There were a couple of closed doors here.
It won't budge. It won't open.
And also downstairs.
It's locked.
I will save. Just in case, although I doubt I will die in the prologue. But still, in case a game crashes or something, might be useful.
It's unlocked. I don't understand. I mean, all of these photos. All of them. There must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I gotta think.
Though they seem to have been tracking my steps for quite a while.
All these photos and clippings are of me. I just don't get it. From the dates on some of these clippings, this crazed mob must have been following me for years. Jesus, I'm a detective and I had no idea. It must have been lit recently, but it started to die down. The fire's still burning.
That's not what I wanted you to comment on, but oh well. Yeah, they do have quite an extensive library on me, don't they? Something in here?
They seem to know so much about me, and I've got nothing on them, aside from their eccentric taste in paintings and their cheerful indulgence in self-mutilation. I know exactly zilch. A Jack Walters collage. Another key. This should fit the door across the hall.
Okay, but first I want to finish investigating this room. Can I pick any of this up? Oh, they even like have my typical day sort of scheduled. Oh no, it's not it's like their schedule, because although I'm not sure, because I can be following suspects as well. I am a detective after all.
What the hell is going on? It seems they've been tracking my movements.
Yeah, so I guess it's my schedule after all. No comment on this. Okay, so let me go forward. You said about the key opening the
It's
door
unlocked.
in the hall here.
For nutcases, they seem quite literate.
Okay, that's quite weird noises there. Let me check if we haven't written anything more down. Ah, I picked up like a newspaper clip or something. Fellowship of Yith. Apparently that's the name of the cult. I don't remember this particular name from the short stories, although I've read them quite a long time ago, so it might as well be an actual callback to Lovecraft work. I just don't remember it. Nation. Okay, 20 years ago. Revelation from beyond world. Like the thing with Lovecraft is that may well be true. Like it's a lot more difficult in our world to receive a revelation from beyond this world, but in Lovecraft's universe, you sometimes are lucky or unlucky enough that you get to see things that were not meant for mortal eyes. It's not been seen for Wait. What year is it now? Ah, it's like 15 or something? So yeah, so that kind... Well, wait. Because he's not been seen for 6 years, but I've just seen him. Communing with the mysterious powers, blah blah blah. Sinister story. Weird lights. Oh, so the editor, the reporter that was reporting on it, apparently drowned, and of course it was a suicide. Of course, it always is, isn't it? Condolences to his family, but let me check the date. It was 1909, and the diary. Yeah, so wait, so he wasn't seen for 6 years, but even then, so he was like missing for 12 years or something, and just reappeared now. The victor, I mean, the leader of the cult.
These books are really old, and most of them are in strange languages I don't understand.
Okay. Little creeped about the noises. But I also have this strange suspicion that that's exactly the direction I will be needed to go in.
It appears to be a private study area. The drawer holds an ancient manuscript. The symbols on the front seem to be written in classical Greek.
Let me investigate it. Translation from before the time of the first humans, you say? Now that would be quite weird, wouldn't it, in our world, because we don't know of any other creatures that can write. But in Lovecraft's universe, there were plenty of them before us, so... Flying polyps? That sounds kind of weird. Great race of Yith. Apparently it makes me dizzy to read it. It certainly makes me dizzy to experience the protagonist's dizziness from time to time. But oh well, I guess it's part of the game mechanics.
There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room.
Oh, I can actually see my reflection. That isn't as common in games. Yeah, I look quite dapper, I must say, with the top hat. Oh, is it like a space behind, in between the walls or something? But why would anyone put a mirror inside the walls? Wouldn't it be on the actual wall? Maybe I can do something with it. Doesn't look like it. Ah, okay, there's a...
Shit, that did not sound good.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't, but that's the way it has to go. Oh, it sounded like some generator dying or something. Although I'm not sure if the breathing I'm hearing is someone else's or my own. Of course, the
Well, that's just swell.
path back is blocked.
He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull.
Okay.
My God, there are bodies buried in the walls.
Oh, there indeed are. I didn't even notice it at first. That's awfully creepy. Whoa.
At least that explains the stench. Some of them have been here a while.
And this is probably the part they were talking about, some experiments running down in the basement.
Medical charts on the human anatomy. This sink would be used for scrubbing up. It's dry and stained with old blood. I don't think it's been used recently. Dead bodies, and plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down here. In all my time on the job, I've never seen anything like this before. It looks like the bodies have been mutilated. If my instincts are right, I'd say they've been experimenting on each other. The stench in here is sickening. From the markings, he must have been one of their own. I wonder if he volunteered. They must have been trying to preserve the bodies. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment.
I thought he'd maybe comment something else on each of them. Whoa. That's some seriously fucked up guy. From the sounds of it, he seems to be alive.
Good God! What the hell is all this? I've never seen such equipment before. Who could have made such a machine?
And, like, apparently it seems they've disemboweled him and they keep all his organs in like separate tanks. I'm not sure what's the purpose of that, but I guess it's sufficiently weird to feature in a Cthulhu game.
Looks like his stomach.
And the lungs.
The contraption above seems to be controlling his breathing.
And the heart.
His beating heart.
Oh, that's his brain.
Looks like his brain. I wonder what those wires are for.
Intestines.
This pipe must drain the waste from his intestines.
That's, I don't know, kidneys?
Looks like his kidneys. They're moving around in all that liquid. Nothing of interest here. It's not important.
This seems to be some kind of a control panel. But maybe I will not be touching that before I explore the room.
I've never seen equipment like this before.
Because I have a nasty, like, suspicion that when I touch it, something, I don't know, scary or sudden will happen. That's usually the way it goes with strange switches on alien machinery. No comment on that? Okay, I can go further down
This
here.
tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment.
I'm a little tempted to try to touch it before I descend down there, because if it does collapse then I won't be able to return, but yeah, I will leave it be for now. Whoa, that's some like alien stuff, almost like an inside of a spaceship or something. Though I guess they were talking about some alien race, so maybe that's the artifacts left behind by them.
Ah! It's too hot to pick up.
Okay, so this controls the door. Quite an impressive chamber, although I'm not sure what's the purpose of it.
It's a similar shape to the slot upstairs.
Yeah, it's like a slot for a power crystal. Although I can't pick up this one because it's too hot.
It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine. What the hell is that?
I have no idea. Looks like a portal of some sort.
It's a similar shape to the slot upstairs. There's no power.
So probably I'm supposed to overload the machine upstairs that will cool down this, then I can take this crystal and move it there and use whatever that is. Although that doesn't sound to be like, that doesn't seem to be the wisest thing. It's probably not what I would have done in this situation. I would just get the hell out of this building, but apparently the protagonist really would like to check what the random alien machine in the basement does, so okay, so I must take...
It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine.
Okay, so I guess I must like euthanize this guy and take this out.
It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the
On one
machine.
hand, I am feeling kind of bad about it, but on the other, like, he doesn't seem like he's enjoying it particularly, so...
His internal organs have been removed and spread across the room. This insane contraption looks like it's keeping him alive.
So...
Oh, shit!
Not bad. Oh, so apparently I electrocuted him to death. That's a little cruel of me, but...
At least he's out of his misery.
yeah, at least.
The machine must have overloaded. He's dead.
Okay, so now I should be able to pick up the crystal.
The crystal's still warm.
I wonder if it says something about it. Strange crystal, warm, unusual glow. Okay, so I need to probably put this...
It's a similar shape to the slot upstairs.
Okay.
It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine. I wonder what it's for.
I must say I have a really bad feeling about this. I think the protagonist is kind of like insane in his own way to be trying this, because I sure as hell wouldn't. But I guess it's the way to progress the game, so let me just click it and see what happens. so it was a portal after all. Somewhere. And I guess those must be the Yithians they were talking about. And so... Yeah, as I said, probably not the best idea, and not what I would have done. Oh, so we're like...
It's been more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it. Probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Arkham Asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintained a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I am beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I have told no one else.
Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on. What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Ryan Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway.
Okay, so I guess this is a good place to... good as any. I mean, this episode has been quite long enough for now, so I will end it here and start by reading this entry, and then we'll proceed. So, see you in the next one. Bye.